Howdy folks, I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade. Welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. Last time we made it here to Cosmo Canyon, found out that Red's actual name is Nanaki, and now we learned a little about planet life, about Mako energy being extracted, or rather the life stream, which is actually a source of the planet's life itself, being extracted by the Mako reactors. So we're going to talk to some of our allies here. Let's talk to Kate Sith first. Okay, I guess he's been here before too. How about Yuffie? The Materia hunter she is. Let's talk to Barrett. You can't talk to Red. We can only talk to Red last. Actually, you only have to talk to Eris, Tifa, and Barrett, and you have to talk to those three in any order before you can talk to Red. So let's talk to Barrett first. You can tell the ones you have to talk to because Cloud takes a seat next to them. What's that? Alright, well, you got everybody's attention with that one. Tifa? Oh, really? Like what? Back to the Nibelheim incident again? Going far away. Really are you? What does that mean? We're not going to get it explained to us right now. No, certainly not. Alright. The reason you can't talk to Nanaki is, or Red, is he still gives you the ellipses. Apparently, again, back to the Marlene school of conversation. So, our last one, remember, that we have to talk to is Eris. For those who might have forgotten, the Cetra is the actual name of the ancients. And now for the rest of this conversation, no matter how many times you talk to Eris, she will always look away. Oh, I thought she would look away. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, alright, I'm wrong. Alright, now that we've talked to Eris and Tifa and Barrett, the only three that we have to talk to, now we can talk to Red. No, Ugin. When the Gi tribe attacked. Alright, we have some battling to do, so we have to make a party. And of course, we have to have Cloud because Cloud's the main party member, and we have to have Red because he's important to the story. So we have one other person to choose from. And I will be taking Eris again because I need her to work on her limit breaks as much as possible. So I want her to get kills. I want her to get work her limit breaks and all that stuff as much as possible to get her limit breaks as early as possible. So I'm going to take Eris, and I want to bring her here, put her in the party. And actually, first, I think I want to bring in Barrett because I need to strip him of his stuff first. So Barrett comes first because we need to take off a talisman, change the silver armor for the Shinra Beta. That way, Red also has the silver armor for better defense, and talisman. Also need to go to Barrett and change his materia and get rid of it all. Actually, I'll just exchange it. Barrett to Red. And we got one spare slot. Everything else should be okay. We got one spare slot for him. Red can take... let's... he doesn't have any other weapons, right? Okay, no, he doesn't. Okay, he doesn't. So he doesn't have a double AP growth weapon right now. So we can go ahead and change this and this and this. So we'll go... That's all Materia, so we'll go... actually, we should go fire all, because the enemies in this area are going to be weak to fire. We're going to go fire all. We'll also go restore all. He'll be my multi-targeting healer. Yeah, he'll be my multi-targeting healer, because Eris still has her double AP growth weapon. And then we'll put lightning and poison here for AP growth, and then enemy skill and steel. So there is a chance we can get an enemy skill down here. Or not a chance, we will get an enemy skill down here. Like I said before, I don't think there's any stealing we need to do. Yeah, not right now, so we're fine. Alright. So no stealing that we need. So our setup is fine. Let me go ahead and bring in Eris. So just like any other time you see the party members, you can put them together. Go talk if you want to change your party members. Go talk to anybody there, and they'll switch. All right. So now we already have our setup. Let's double check it, make sure everything's good. Cloud has the Force Stealer for double AP growth. Actually, that's all going to change just a little bit. So as far as equipment goes, that isn't going to make a difference because I'm going to be going ahead and buying the upgrades for everybody. Right now, I'm just going to get the upgrades for Cloud, the upgraded weapons for Cloud, Eris, and Red, because those will be the three going into battle here, and then that way I make sure I have enough money once I finish this area to be able to get the weapons for everybody else. So up to this point, I'm going to. After this point, I will have lost my double AP growth, but that's okay. Like I said, all the double AP that I had has made a huge stride in my growth, in my AP gain for later on in the game. It really was a big help. But it's not going to be the last time I'm going to have double AP growth, but it does help. Okay, so we got the characters we want for now. Let's go ahead and put them in the right order. Actually, they're already in the right order. Red is the unusual character, being a dog, so he'll be the middle. He'll be the middle character. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the candle. We're going to follow Bugenhagen. First, we go over here to the shop, and we're going to buy the Butterfly Edge for Cloud, the Prism Staff for Eris, and the Silver Barrette for Red. Alright, so let's equip those. Equip Cloud. First, let me go back. Let me go over to Materia and strip everybody, because this is going to make some pretty big changes in our setup. So remove. Alright. Also wanted to buy silver armlets. How many silver armlets do we... I'll just go ahead and buy all the ones I need, because I'm actually going to put them on everybody anyway. So we have 7 party members, is that right? Yeah, 6. So we can go ahead and get... We only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because we have 2 already. So we'll go ahead and buy 5 of these. That'll give enough for everybody. All right, let's go ahead and start our setup here. I'll show you me changing my equipment, but then I'll do the materia setup off screen, because that's going to take a little bit longer, and then I'll just show you what my materia setup's going to be before I take off. So I'm going to change the Force Stealer for the Butterfly Edge, So I'm going to lose double AP growth, as you can see. I'm going to get 4 slots. They're both paired, of course, so that's good. So that's there. Got the silver armlet's not going to change. I'm going to keep my bolt ring to nullify lightning attacks. And that music is still loud in my head. For Eris, we're going to change her wizard staff to the prism staff, which ups her attack to 40, also giving her 4 paired slots, or 2 sets of paired slots. She's going to go from the Shinra Beta to the silver armlet and keep the protect vest. And finally, Red is going to go from the diamond pin to the silver barrette, also going to 2 pairs of slots, and he already has a silver armlet. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do the Materia setup off screen real fast, and then I'll show you what that is, and be right back. Alright, I'm back. Here's going to be my Materia setup. For Cloud, I'm going to go Lightning all, Fire all, and Poison Elemental. Mainly Poison Elemental damage because there's going to be some enemies that tend to cast Poison, and again, remember, Elemental doesn't prevent the status ailment of Poison, but it will, but having it on his defense will lower the damage from Poison Elemental attacks. So it's not going to prevent him from becoming poisoned, but it will lower the damage from the poison attacks, which are enemies that do cast it. Restore for healing, and Manipulate because there's some enemies in this area that I want the enemy skills for, and if I don't get them easily, I'm going to manipulate them in order to get them. A lot of the enemies in this next area are going to be undead type enemies, which usually are weak to fire, which is why I've equipped everybody with a fire materia, specifically fire attached to all to do a lot of fire damage. On Eris, I've got Restore All, she's going to be my multi-targeting healer, Fire All again for fire damage, Lightning and Ice to get the MP on them, Cover because I want her to gain her limit breaks and stuff, and Enemy Skill because that's one of the places I can use it for. She could also use Beta for multi-targeting fire as well. Red will get Restore, Lightning, Fire, and Enemy Skill. He'll be doing he'll be using Enemy Skill for all of his multi-targeting magic, and then Steel. As you can see, I've got 3 empty slots here because really what I have left, I don't really care to put up there. I don't need my summons up there at all because I don't use summons. Chocobo Lure doesn't matter. I don't need my long range materia because I have everybody on the front row, and attacking from the back row doesn't make a difference when I'm using magic. So whether the enemy's in the back row or not, I'm going to be casting magic most of the time. The damage won't matter. I'm not going to be stealing for a while, and I don't care to gain AP on these anyway, and I don't care for Death Blow. I don't care about using Death Blow. So I'm not going to bother putting any materia on here that's not going to do me any good by getting AP on them. And remember that by putting some materia on, I do lose some stats. So remember that these summon materias drop your HP by 2%, even though you gain magic by 1 and max MP by 2%. Not really worth it in my opinion, so I'm not going to bother equipping them. So he'll have 3 empty slots. No big deal. Most of his attacks are going to be from his enemy skill anyway. So that's going to be my setup. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to throw down a tent, max everybody's health out, save up, and I'll be heading toward the, I'll be continuing to follow Bugenhagen. So once again, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back and saved up. We're ready to go, so let's go. We need to head this way and follow Bugen up to his little place up here. We're heading basically back in the direction of the observatory, but not quite that far. We're going here, go over here, and then here's Bugen. Let's talk to him. You have one last chance to get ready to go. This is a point of no return area, but this isn't like toward the end of the game or anything. This is a point of no return that once you head down into this area, you won't be able to come back until you finish it. So if you're not, if you realize you may have forgotten something or you don't have your party all set up or anything, maybe you forgot to equip or buy weapons for them, say just a minute, you'll be able to go back. But we're ready to go, so we're going to say, yeah, so let's go. Apparently there's no super glue, it's just a hidden button behind a little pot. That boy was never able to find it, apparently. So apparently everybody believes that we need to go in first because because we can handle danger. Yeah. We've already climbed a electrical tower. They've already been voted to go do the chocobo races. So, yeah, at least this time we have a party to go with us. Alright, let's hit the ladder here, and just keep working your way down. Basically, this game has what I like to call the Vault of Glass syndrome. There's an for those of you who've played Destiny, you know what I'm talking about. The raid called the Vault of Glass. Once you get past the first boss called the Templar, you have to just you take the path that leads to the first exotic chest or to an exotic chest. The path is always down. You're always going to try. All you're looking for is ways that lead down. No, you can't get lost in these caves. Are kind of tight and sometimes hard to find places. But as long as you find paths that lead down, you're going the right direction. So I like to call that the Vault of Glass syndrome. If you're trying to find a way down, you're taking the Vault of Glass syndrome. So in the case of this little cave here, just keep going down because that's the Vault of Glass syndrome. So you just keep going down here. Whoop. Keep going down. You actually can go out of here, apparently. You can just take the rock and jump back up, but whatever. Once you get to the ground, go into the shiny light. And we are now in the area. This is called the Cave of the Ghee. So we're going to move on ahead. Yeah, we've got everything set up properly. Let's continue on through here. And we're going to have battles, of course. And the enemies are going to be mostly undead enemies, so they're going to be weak to fire. Or if you even want... Well, these won't be. These guys are called Hags. Hedge or Hegses, whatever you want to call them. These guys won't be weak to... these guys are not undead. Let's go ahead and use Materia magic. These guys obviously inflict poison on you, so if you want to use star pendants, that's not a bad choice, but you don't really need them that badly. Well, like I said, these snakes are not undead, so these are one of the few that won't be probably weak to fire. But most enemies here are going to be weak to fire, but also the undead enemies that will across will also be weak to healing. So you can actually cast Cure or Cura on them and do damage to them. Or alternately, if you wanted to, you could use curative items, potions, high potions, X potions, etc., and do a lot of damage. Alright, let's see how much damage we took. We're about half, so let me go ahead and heal up here. Use a high potion on Eris. We did fine. Okay. The path we need to take is down around here. We're going to ignore these caves for a moment, because where we need to go is through this door. There's kind of a door right here that you can't really see, but we need to go through this way. In order to get in there, we need to go into this cave here. You'll see an odd-shaped rock. Break it open or leave it as it is. There are other caves that you see on the screen here. There's 4 of them total in here. This one is the one you need to go to in order to proceed with the plot. If you hit break, if you leave it as it is, it's just, leave it alone, obviously. You hit break it open, which is what we want to do with this one. It opens the door. The other ones, however, if you open them, are going to encounter a fight. And that's what I wanted. I want the extra experience, so I'm going to go ahead and do the fight. But I wanted to show you which one of these you need to use in case you just wanted to go straight for getting through here, if you're doing a speed run or whatnot. So let's go over here to this cave here and go into it. Strange shaped rock. Let's break it open and get an encounter. These encounters are event-based, therefore you can't escape from them. And here's our first look at the undead enemies. These guys are called Ghee Spectres. These are weak to curing if you want to, or you can use fire, which does more damage, I think. Not do more damage, but you can always use, like, if you use, like, X potions, it'll be, like, instant death, because X potions completely recharge your health. It does a full recharge of your health. So X potions, essentially, on an enemy that will take damage from them, it will kill them instantly. And Phoenix Downs work that way, too. On enemies that are weak to curing, Phoenix Downs will cause death to them. And the problem with that is, Phoenix Downs, when cast on an enemy as an attack, sometimes miss. So, alright, let's go out here. We're going to counter a regular here. What I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and... here's an enemy I'm looking for. This one I want to manipulate, because he's got a enemy skill that I want to cast. Boink, we got him. I'm going to go ahead and go to those other rocks around the area, and I think all the encounters are the same when you break open the rocks, so I'm going to go ahead and just skip those battles for you. The enemy skill I'm looking for here is Death Sentence, so it has Death Sentence on Eris. What it's going to do is it's going to put a countdown timer over her head, and when the countdown timer reaches 0, she'll die. It's kind of like the who has the other one? It's red. It's kind of like the petrify status that we had a moment ago, that we had earlier, when those green iguana-looking things. Bloodfang. We're going to show off Bloodfang since we haven't shown that yet. But the difference is, instead of putting them in Petrify, it will just downright kill them. It'll be an instant death status. And went ahead and cast it on the both because that is, like I said, an enemy skill. So, alright, I have that enemy skill, so that's good. And getting back to what I was saying about these rocks, the rocks should be different, should be the same battle every time, so I'm just going to skip them. So, I'll get to this next one, break it open, and be right back. Alright, something I learned after that last battle that I didn't know about is the Ghee Spectres that I showed you earlier. They can also cast Death Sentence, so if you don't encounter a Sneaky Step, which is that the creature that I manipulated in the last battle, if you don't encounter one of those, or you don't manipulate them or whatever, it's likely that the Ghee Spectres will end up casting Death Sentence for you. So if you don't get it from the Sneaky Step, the Ghee Spectres might cast it on you, and your enemy skill will learn it then, just so you know. Alright, breaking open this one, battling it, and be right back. Alright, there we go. I've beaten all 3 of the rocks in this area. We're ready to move on. Let's head up here to the cave, and we got a little dialogue. Killed in a certain battle, huh? Okay. Now, despite the fact that Bugenhagen went into Cloud like our party members do, he is not actually a party member, as you clearly seen when he's not in the battles at all. Alright, we're going to go this way. Now, as you can see right over here, you see this like oil slick, this kind of brownish looking shiny liquid on the ground here. You do not want to be running on it. So when you get to this point, you want to let go of the run key and just walk. Because if you run on it, you'll end up sliding, you'll lose control of your character, you'll slide straight into a bunch of spikes that stick out, and you're going to lose a ton of health. We don't want that to happen. So we kill off these guys real quick, and this battle shouldn't take long, so I'll leave it in real fast. So what you want to do is just, you want to walk on that little liquid over there. And we're going to head south as soon as we get out of this battle. Alright, let's just keep walking. And if you're running this direction, when you hit that puddle, you'll slide into the wall on the left, a bunch of spikes will stick out, and you'll take a bunch of damage. So, alright, once you're off it, we can go ahead and start running now. We want to run south here, because we want to go over here to the left, and we pick up this Materia, which is an added effect Materia. This is a Materia I've been waiting for. I really, really love this Materia. What it does, and I'll go down here to it and explain, it's a blue paired Materia, adds Materia status to equipped weapon or armor. So what this does, this is the Materia I've been talking about a few times up to this point. If you pair this Materia to a Materia that inflicts a status ailment, that status ailment is now available on the armor or weapon. In the case of putting it, in case of putting it on a weapon, so let's say you attach the added effect to poison on a weapon, your attack can now inflict poison on the enemy. Yes, that's how it works. Defensively, it works the opposite way. If you put added effect and pair it with a poison Materia on armor, it will prevent the poison status. So essentially, it works like a star pendant. The great thing about this added effect is it works with any status ailment except instant death, I believe. So there is some magic Materia and some summons that actually inflict multiple status ailments. If you would you can actually pair that particular summon with the added effect Materia, put it on your armor, and you will be resistant to all the status ailments that summon can inflict. So it's very, very nice. Another great thing about the added effect Materia is it protects you, if you put it on your armor, it protects you from the status ailments that the Materia is paired to, whether that Materia has learned it or not. So, for example, let's talk about the Time Materia. Actually, that's not a good example. Let's talk about the Mystify Materia. Let's say on the Mystify Materia you have Confuse and Berserk learned. You have Confuse learned, but Berserk is not learned. On your armor, you are still resistant to Confusion and Berserk if paired with added effect on your armor, even though the Mystify Materia has not learned Berserk. So that's a very nice thing. whether or not that magic has learned that status affliction, you can still be protected by it when it's paired with added effect on your armor. So that's a very nice thing. So with that in mind, I am going to put added effect on poison here on Cloud's armor, which makes him resistant. Actually, I think it makes him immune to poison elemental status, or poison status, right? Not poison elemental, poison status. And you can confirm that by, if we go to status here, we go to Cloud, we press A once, now twice. There we go. You can see defend, poison is lit up, which means Cloud will not be susceptible to the poison status. Because we have paired added effect to poison. Now, as far as the elemental materia, where do I want to put that? I want to put that somewhere. I want to make it useful. Let's go ahead and detach fire here and change these here. We're going to put fire here, fire elemental. That way, if he attacks with his physical attack, he'll do fire damage, which is good in this area because, again, undead enemies weak to fire. And then put the rest of the materia back on there. Restore, and then lightning. And then the rest of the materia can just stay alone. So that's good. So now, Red can attack with fire damage. Cloud will be immune to poison status ailment, as well as being immune to lightning damage because of the bolt ring that he has on him. So that's that materia is actually very, very good, especially later on when you get materia that can inflict multiple status ailments. Now you see how Cloud, I crossed the thing right there. I was running and see how Cloud was like waving his arms. That's because I had lost control for a moment. But because I was going up, he just went straight up instead of going left and into the spikes. Now if we go up here, there's nothing. So we're going to go back down here, start walking again. Face to the right, and then hold down the, battle here. As we hold down the run button, it will slide off of it to the right. Alright, I'll fight these guys real quick and be right back. Alright, you want to run over this way. Now we want to head up. And we're going to go left first, and down these stairs. Go left over here, under this little cave, and open this chest for a black M phone. That's another weapon for Kate Sith. Again, I'll probably never equip it because I'll never think to put him in the party. And after that battle, our poison materia leveled up, so that's good. Let's take a look at it real quick. I believe it's on him. Yeah, here we go. Poison is now leveled up to Biora, so that's good. So we now have access to essentially Bio 2 or Biora. So now we have a stronger poison attack now. That's good. Now we'll head up this way. Open this chest for an Ether. Alright. Continue down here into another battle. Alright, now we continue back and kind of a little backtracking here. Go this way. Up here. A little more dialogue from Boogan. Alright. We will move on. We'll head up to the north here for a little more battling and stuff. But I have some questions. Will we find out if Red's father is really the coward that he thinks he is? Will Red actually feel a little bit better about his father? What else will we find in this area up above? Find out the questions to all of these in the next episode of Final Fantasy VII. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade, and I'll see you later.